Hey everyone, welcome to the official Warpingfist Q&A video. Unfortunately, I can't answer everything, but I will answer as much as I possibly can. What is your personal favorite origin of the TMNT? Do they have more than one origin? The normal one. Do I think Spider-Man 4 should have been made? Honestly, no. I don't think Spider-Man 4 was really necessary. I think Spider-Man 3 does serve as a pretty perfect end to the trilogy. Sony going ahead and rebooting the series was the best possible decision they could have made. What inspired me to do YouTube? I don't know how many people know this, but I had a Instagram account and I posted on there for about a year, and then after that I stopped and started my YouTube channel, and then I did that for a couple of years and here we are.
That's it?
When I first started the channel, I tried to model my videos after the channel Flashback Filmmaking. I mean, a lot of my early videos were literally just compilations. I did that for a while, and then I moved on to heavy spoiler style videos where I analyze material from a movie for Easter eggs and other cool details. I did that for a bit, and then I kind of stopped uploading for a while. I think maybe 6 months. And then when I came back, I think I did, my video on why the Batman will be one of the best superhero movies of all time. And then, I kept going, and that eventually just became the style of video I made. Well, yeah, when I was in middle school, I had dreams of being like a writer or a cinematographer. That didn't really pan out, but I still like telling stories from time to time. I did make a story called Batman Black Box in an earlier video I did. I'm still really proud of that one. Somebody made a really great analysis of that video, so go check it out when you have the time. The first Captain America film. I can't tell if you mean breakdown as in a video breaking down a movie or like a character dancing. Oh, that has to go to the early development of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That was the first time I think that I made a video that extensive going over the history of a project's development. I did that before, but I think this is the one where I really became engrossed in making it. I hope I don't talk like this in real life. That would be really weird.
No artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
It's weird. I think a lot of people think I'm using AI for some reason, but I don't think there's any AI in the world that would sound like me. The Question. I think there's a world where somebody could make a really good The Question movie. My hopes for the DCU is that, first of all, I hope they don't copy the MCU beat for beat. I hope whatever they're building up to is completely different in style and tone. And for the MCU, I think they should reboot, but not a full reboot. Some actors should be kept, and some actors should be recast, and then they should completely change their strategy from the original Infinity Saga. Give us something fresh and different. Oh, Batman Under the Red Hood. I just imagined a 5-film arc. First movie, Batman recruiting Jason Todd. Second movie, flesh out their relationship a bit more. Third movie, they have a falling out and then he dies at the end of the film. And then fourth movie, don't have Jason in it. And in fifth movie, have the Red Hood come back and do a full-on Under the Red Hood adaptation. I use VN Video Editor on my phone. I'd say Ben Affleck's Batman film. The concept of a Batman film that takes inspiration from The Raid and maybe The Game sounds really interesting. I don't think the movies would have been suddenly well received. I think the movies would have kept being critically panned because I don't think Sony really cares about making a really good film. I have actually done our face reveal twice actually. Spider-Man, Batman, and who's my third? I think it shouldn't happen. I was, interested in that happening early on, but I think after seeing what James Gunn is doing with the DCU and the kind of style it is, I think the Batman doesn't work like at all, and I think it should be kept completely separate. Have I ever watched European movies? Like foreign movies? Yeah, I watch foreign movies. Well, it's not a movie, but the original version of Batman Arkham Asylum, sounded a bit more interesting than what we got. But that's not to say that Arkham Asylum is bad. Maybe Los Pollos Hermanos.
And welcome to the Los Pollos Hermanos family.
Do you like clankers?
These things are just lights and clockwork.
I think, in terms of quality, Man of Steel is still the best one. Do you think the DCU is a great start? Yeah, I think it's a fantastic start. Creature Commandos was, not perfect, but it was pretty good. And Superman, I love Superman. I think it's the best Superman film since the one in the 1970s. And Green Lantern has a really good crew working on it, some really good writers. And then Clayface was written by Mike Flanagan and has a really solid director on it too. Supergirl is gonna be really good, I think. And Peacemaker, I've been enjoying that so far. I can't really say much about their other projects since we don't really know much about them, but I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty good. I will eventually get to a lot of these in the future, but I have a lot of video ideas and sometimes it's hard to pick what to do next. I will eventually get to one of these, especially Justice League Mortal. I've considered doing Superman Lives, but there's like 100 different videos on the topic, so there's like no way for me personally to make it interesting. I mean, it depends. If there was an original version of Transformers, yeah, I would talk about it, but I haven't really looked into it. I've heard good things about DC's Absolute Universe. Me personally, I haven't read any of them. I am planning to read Absolute Batman soon, the traditional one. But I have a soft spot for the Raimi Spider-Man suit. Favorite Arkham game is Batman Arkham Asylum.